Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Supernatural Saturday, the meditation portion of our weekly show, where we assist you in aligning your body, your mind, and your emotions and your thoughts to who you are, as opposed to having the reverse happen, where you are subjective to your thoughts, you're subjective to the world, you're subjective to your body, you're subjective to emotions. They are meant to be your servants, not your masters. And today's meditation is going to be called Atonement, or as some know the word, atonement. And there's a very simple meaning behind the word atonement that's important for you to understand, that the concept of atonement isn't about making up for something that you have done that is wrong. It's actually a term that refers to putting things together properly again, at one-ment. That's how they told me to title this one, Atonement. But the meaning of it is that we basically bring ourselves into a state of wholeness, of unity, where body, mind, emotion, thought all work from your awareness down, rather than your awareness being subjective to them. And we'll get into that a little bit more. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also, remember, give the video a thumbs up, and any videos that you watch on this channel, give them a thumbs up to help this information become more available to larger numbers of people that need to understand. And what greater time is there to understand who you are and who you are not than there is now? There is a movement underway called the Ascension Movement. It is where humans are in larger numbers making a deliberate and concerted effort to become aware of who they are and their potential over time, space, and matter as creative entities, as creative beings. So the definition that they gave me for atonement was simple: soul, body, mind, emotion functioning as a unified whole. So your soul, your awareness, your body, your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, all functioning as a unified whole, not in conflict with any part of itself. In other words, your body, your emotions, your thoughts, and your awareness have no conflict within them. Atonement means you have found a way to bring them all into a greater expression of what you actually are, and not what the world has made you believe that you are supposed to be. Our goal is very simple today in the meditative process. It's very simple: to gain the experience for yourself that you have authority, absolute authority, over your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, your future considerations, and how they impact your body and the way you function as a creative intelligence in this experience of time, space, and matter. Good morning, everybody. At the end of the show, I'll announce this coming week's lineup, which can be really exciting. So I'm looking forward to getting that to you. Let's see if we got here. Hi, Bogumila. Hi, Marjorie. Hello, Allison. Hi, Shane. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, guys, if you see somebody leave a question, give that question an answer. If you leave a question and see a question, answer it. So leave a question, answer a question. We're going to make this a really strong, supportive community. For those of you that are here, understand that meditation is not a mystical, unattainable expression of being. It's a mechanism. It's a methodology for training your mind, for training your body, for reorganizing your thoughts, to be in alignment to your creative intentions, whatever those creative intentions are. But to literally learn a method by which you, as an awareness, can assert direct authority over the conditions of thought, emotion, body. You, as an awareness, we call that awareness soul, or spirit of universal light. And again, we'll keep the process as simple as we possibly can, because meditation isn't about some mystical, you have to go to some mountaintop or you have to spend years of rigorous training. Yes, there is that level of meditation. And no disrespect to any who participate in organized meditations. They are very powerful. They are very useful. But for the average person, it is important that we make the understanding of what meditation is attainable to everyone, which it is. The state of meditation simply means you are able to get your mind, your emotions, your body into a state of open receptivity to your awareness so that you can begin a process of making adjustments and corrections in your mind and in the function of the emotions that go through your body and how they impact and direct effects in your life. Learning to use the mechanism of your breath to instruct your body to become subjective to you, to instruct your personality, the individual that you think you are that's separate from who you actually are, the personality that the world has given you, the name that you think is you, the memories you think are you, to get all of that into a place of alignment and subservience to your awareness so that you can begin to make conscious and deliberate choices independent of what the world has told you to believe or think is real or not. You get to formulate a creative choice that's independent of the beliefs that the world has given you. They keep telling me that a lot of people aren't staying in education, not because they do not want to be educated. They're not staying in education because most of it is not education. It is simply training you to a specific way of functioning so that you lose autonomy over your mind and body. What we offer you is the awareness and experience that you do and always will have autonomy over your mind, your emotions, and your body, and thereby your experience of this world. At-one-ment means you are able to bring together into one cohesive whole body, emotion, thought, and awareness. And that the point of awareness is the highest point. It is the apex of your consciousness in this physical dimension. Awareness is the apex of your consciousness and the point from which you can begin to orchestrate deliberate and intentional changes over your thoughts, emotions, and body. Whereas there are many mechanisms in this world that can distract you from that realization, that can keep you enthralled by ideas and sensations that do not fully represent your true nature. If you have allowed your mind and your emotional field to be so influenced by this world that you are confused or you are angry or you are lost in certain states that are not really desirable, that cause you to do and be in such ways that you feel conflicted with yourself, then you must learn to surrender the things of this world that have done this to you. You must learn to surrender thought that does not serve you. You need to relinquish emotions that do not serve you. You need to learn to become a transformer of thought, a transformer of emotion. In other words, you can alter and change the state of thought and emotion to become a reflection of who it is you aspire to allow yourself to express as creatively in this physical dimension. We keep the meditation fairly short, but we do encourage you to listen to the preamble as we offer you valuable information that will allow you to comprehend or introduce these ideas to your mind for you to analyze and determine if they are actually acceptable and reasonable for you to utilize. We would not expect to give you any information that you could not validate and verify for yourself from your own experience, not from simply the words we offer you or the processes we suggest, but that the application of those things give you a very specific experience that allows you to determine if what you are experiencing is an effect of what you are being. And in order to do that, you have to experiment in how you work with your thoughts. Experiment with how you work with your emotions. Experiment with how those thoughts, those emotions affect the conditions of your physical world, your body. Liberation begins only through the process of conscious awareness, orchestrating a deliberate change in thoughts and emotions, which affect the body immediately. And we offer the simplest possible ways, but offering a method without an understanding of why the method is useful or why and how it could impact you would be of little service if we didn't do that. You need to understand the why we suggest what we suggest. Atonement is a full and complete and deliberate unity of all the facets of your physical, mental, and emotional self, functioning as a unified whole directed by your awareness. Many of you find your minds and your bodies seemingly operating against you, but this is not because of error on your part so much as it is on the information and emotional energy that this world may have impressed upon you through your 5 physical senses. So that the flow from this world has been most dominant in your life, and you find yourself burdened by what you hear and see, what's in your mind because of what you've been receiving in there. In this, we suggest you now have the opportunity to reverse the flow so that information that affects and influences you can no longer do so, that you move into a position of deliberate consciousness where you set a flow of thought, a flow of emotion, a flow of established ideas that direct and influence energy in the way that serves your experience of creation as a creator most effectively. You are here to learn the action of what creation is as a function of your being through conditions of thought, emotion, and matter. This process of atonement today in the meditation is fourfold. The first process is simply learning to teach your body to relax and breathe. And this becomes very simple if you understand the actual relationship that you have with that body, not the relationship the world has with your body, but the relationship that you have with that body. That it is an instrument that follows the commands that are given to it. And most of those commands, unfortunately, have come from outside of you in the form of information and past experience and television and books and all the stuff you have learned from this world through your 5 physical senses. Whereas you, as awareness, can discern and differentiate yourself from that memory, from that thought, from that emotion. You can restore your body through the act of breathing to a place where it relaxes and surrenders itself to receive from your awareness the ideas and information that you desire to see manifested or expressed through that physical form and in the world around you. As equally as the world may have caused you to feel a certain way, you may assert your own will and alter and change the information that the world has enforced upon your mind and liberate yourself from what the world's definition of you is and restore yourself to that which is evidently true by your own experience. So the first process, the fourfold process, is one, to simply get your body into a position where it is relaxed and it is undisturbed, and you utilize the mechanism of its breath. You utilize the mechanism of the body's breath to instruct it to relax, to become still, to become quiet, to become open and receptive to your awareness. This, for some of you that may never have considered this process or understanding it this way, will experience something wonderful when, for some of you, we have seen this many times, where for the first time you are breathing and you are deliberately giving your body permission to relax. You're giving the body to be completely relaxed. You're giving all the muscles permission to relax. You're allowing them to relax. You're directing them gently and lovingly to relax, to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive to your awareness. You're deliberately using the breath of the body to instruct the body to relax, to be still, to be open and receptive to your awareness. That is the first part of the process. Now, in that, because so many of you believe that your body and mind are something that you may not be able to control completely, there will be thoughts that may come up. There will be distractions from the senses of the body, wherein the body wants to wonder what that sound is, or what does that smell, and who is that, and what am I going to do? Your body and your mind will seek to stay in control of you. Not because they want to, but because they've been given controls by the environment that you are not aware of, but in this process of getting the body still, quiet, open and receptive to your awareness, the body becomes ready for you to take the next step in the movement of your consciousness from the body to emotion and thought, wherein now you become aware of emotions and thoughts. This is the second and third part, the third fold element, the second fold element. Then using the breath of the body as a mechanism for instructing emotion and thought to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive to your awareness. Remember, as you direct the body to breathe, and you direct the body to relax, as you direct the body to breathe, and as you direct emotion and thought to become still, to become quiet, to become open and receptive to your awareness, you move to this second and third fold process where you now use the mechanism of your breath, giving thought and emotion your permission to be still, to be quiet, to give them permission to be still, to be quiet. Use your breath the same way as you use the breath to incline the body to be still. Use the breath also to incline thoughts, memories, emotions, and distractions to be still, simply to breathe. And as you exhale, deliberately allowing thought, memory, and emotion to become calm, still, quiet, and peaceful. You may even find that using those words as you exhale will aid in directing and giving instruction to the mind, the emotions, and the body as well. A deeper experience of those words to be calm, quiet, open, and receptive to your awareness. You communicate specifically to the thoughts, the emotions as you breathe and exhale, giving thoughts, body, memory, and emotions permission to be still. As you continue to do this, to whatever degree you begin to feel calmer, quieter, and more peaceful, know that this is an effect of the usage of your assertion of your awareness, directing the body to be still as you exhale it, directing the mind and emotions to be quiet, still, and peaceful for a short term. Just remember that you, the awareness, are giving them permission to do this. For some of you, if you find specific emotions are very strong, the process remains the same. If you have anxiousness or anxiety, simply use your breath and communicate to your anxiousness, your frustration, your irritation. Simply communicate to them as you exhale. It is okay to be still, quiet, and peaceful. I will take care of you. Communicate that to your thoughts and your emotions as you exhale. I am here. I will take care of you. And each breath, giving them permission to become still, quiet, and peaceful. What begins to continue to unfold is a process where you begin to differentiate yourself as awareness from the thoughts, from the emotions, from the body. Not to separate from them, but you begin to create a process of atonement, uniting the body, uniting the thoughts, uniting the emotions in stillness. You, the awareness, uniting thought, emotion, body in stillness. And now the fourfold nature begins to awaken. You start to become aware through the recognition that your body and your mind are responding to you. This is when you begin to understand that you have authority over thought, authority over emotion, authority over body, through the simple act of deliberately directing and instructing the body, the mind, the emotions, the memories to be simply still and quiet, using the breath of the body to utilize that assertion of idea. of stillness. The process would have no effect on you if we did not give you instruction on the methodology by which to apply it, for this methodology is universal in its result, but specific to your unique situation, in that you will gain the understanding and authority over your mind, emotions, and body that may previously have felt elusive to you, that your emotions are not who you are, that your body is not who you are, that your mind, your thoughts are not who you are. They are instruments that you use in the act of deliberate creation while in a physical dimension. They are mechanisms that you utilize as awareness. And in this process, you learn to become conscious of the responsibility that you may assert over your own thoughts, most of which aren't even yours, but you now have the opportunity to begin to reassert your authority over thoughts, to establish new thoughts, new ideas into the stillness of your mind and body. You begin to become the caretaker of your mind. You pull that responsibility away from the world, away from the distractions, away from the interpretations and the beliefs that the world will just simply have you accept without question. And you begin to question the validity of thought, the validity of emotion, and recognize that you can begin to assert deliberate and intentional change over your mind and your body. This brings you to a state of atonement, where you are now in a state of wholeness with your body, wholeness with your thoughts, wholeness with your emotion. There is no more conflicted consciousness there. You have trained mind, you train emotion, you train body into but a single state of being, where you are aware and able to function creatively in terms of then introducing new thought, new emotion into your biological system that comes from your own creative choice and not from the influences of the world. Not that the influences of the world are all bad, but they separate you from the responsibility you have of being a divine creator, a manifester of creation through the mechanism of thought, which is invisible, but causative to the element of energy called emotion, which in turn is causative to the effects that you experience as the physical reality, as the conditions of your body are often responses of emotional conditions generated by pre-existing thoughts, or thoughts that you have generated yourself in the case of what we're suggesting today, that this is what the relationship should be, that you can in fact become the conscious awareness directing thought, directing emotion, causing effect in the conditions of your life. As we have now explained the process, walking through it now gives you the opportunity to experience from your own perspective what we are saying, and not simply to accept that what we are saying is true or false, but from your own experience to gain the validation of your own interaction with your mind, your own interaction with your emotions, your own interaction with how mind and emotions are affecting that biological mechanism you call your body. And it is your experience of this that is the great liberator, that brings you into a state of inner harmony, inner peace, inner joy, and deliberate creative processes. Again, when you experience an alteration in how you are experiencing your life in that body, your life in those thoughts, your life in those emotions, when you recognize that you as awareness can affect change in them deliberately anywhere at any time, you move yourself into a position of what we call freedom. And the atonement at one-ment, a unified whole, is greater than the sum of its parts, and your capacity to express becomes non-divided. In other words, your ideas can have far greater influence and effect in your experience of what you are creating in this world. The act of deliberately orchestrating the invisible world of thought to affect the visible world of matter through the mechanism of emotion, which is the energy that thought stimulates. Thought stimulates the energy of emotion, as you as awareness may do so as well, independent of thought, as you will see, that you may become independent of the thoughts in your mind And in that place, you can begin to examine the mind that you currently have and begin to question and make changes in it willingly, consciously, deliberately, from your perspective, and not simply because we say you can do it. And so this process of meditation will be fairly short, in that it will only last 5 to 7 minutes. But if you allow yourself to give your mind, to give your body permission as you breathe, as you allow yourself to give your body, your mind permission to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive to your awareness, as you give them permission, utilizing your breath as we've instructed, to give your mind, your body, and your emotions permission to be still, to be quiet. In the beginning, you will find, for some of you, that these sounds and the distractions of the world will try to keep you subjective to the body, but simply use your breath to, again, if the body is distracted, use your breath. And as you exhale, bring the body back to being still in the moment, giving the body with each breath permission to be still, giving the thoughts and emotions in your mind permission to be still. You give them permission, just as you give yourself permission to have a glass of water and drink it, just as you give yourself permission to get up and go to the washroom, just as you give yourself permission to do anything, to draw a drawing, to paint a painting. So if there's any questions or concerns about the process that's been articulated here for the mechanism of atonement, I love it. Please, if you got any questions or concerns, or there's something you don't understand, please put that up on the conversation, in the conversation panel right now. So if there's any confusion, we can address your concerns around the process of atonement, which is literally teaching your mind, your body, and your emotions to be in alignment with your awareness, so that you as the awareness are now directing thought. You're not subjective to it anymore. You as awareness are directing emotion. You're not lost in it anymore. And that's the natural relationship we have over our bodies and mind. We're supposed to be able to operate them, not be subjective to them. So questions or concerns? Hi, Adam. Yeah, we will not be, let me see. On how creative, can I ask Archangel Metatron on how creative visualization acts as a mechanism for affecting changes in the non-physical planes to the physical with respect to the morphogenic field? Well, the morphogenic field isn't what's important. He's saying that you must understand the act of visualization, if it is done from the perspective of intentional awareness. In other words, you construct a very specific image in your mind. The moment the image is constructed in your mind, the image itself will generate an energy. The image of, say, a beautiful flower in your mind will generate a certain energy. The image of a sharp icicle will generate a certain energy. The image of trees gently waving in the wind will generate a certain energy in what you call the field, or what we call the emotional field, which is, in fact, the substance that moves through all time and space as a creative function. So these images and the nature of these images influence and affect the movement of energy into the body, and in turns incline the body to function in very precise and specific ways. The image of a beautiful, sweet-smelling red rose in your mind will have an emotional influence. From the perspective of awareness, you can independently select and choose any image you want, and observe very carefully from the perspective of awareness how that image bears an effect on your morphogenic, or what we call emotional field, and how that emotional field interacts with the conditions of your body. As we have illustrated, if you watch a show where someone is being harmed, there is an image that you are observing that affects the field that you have in your body. So what you allow in your body, even if it comes from a television set, if it is an image, there will be an emotion that image generates. And many of you find yourself watching programs and information that stimulates fear, and uncertainty and mistrust in you, you must become very mindful that what images you allow in the temple, what images you allow in your consciousness, these will generate an emotional field and a vibration that, when sustained and maintained, will cause very specific and precise effects in your condition and experience of matter. And so, in getting the mind, the body, and the emotional field still, quiet, and stable, you move into what we call a clear creative palette. In other words, they are now ready for you to place into them thoughts and images that generate or stimulate emotional fields that will enhance and improve your creative expression in this physical dimension. Wow. Great question, Adam. Thank you so much. Welcome from Ontario. And thank you, Metatron. And I hope that's pretty clear to you, Adam, that this relationship, this atonement, this at-one-ment that you can initiate in your own experience of being, getting your body, getting your mind, getting your emotional field into an alignment with you, so that you find yourself being able to direct conditions of thought rather than being subjective to the thoughts and conditions of the world. Question: Can a specific place in nature, such as a mountaintop or a crystal clear lake or next to a waterfall, enhance at-one-ment? Absolutely. Anything that places, yes, okay. They're saying anything that places your body and mind and emotional or energetic or morphic field into a state of stillness places you also into the position of being able to execute very specific movements of thought and energy through it. So the mountain, yes, can be very appealing to some, unless you have a fear of heights. If you've got a programmed fear of heights, then you might want to choose the very smooth, clear, still lake. Or you may wish to choose the simple smell of a beautiful rose, or the touch of fine velvet. Whatever image you bring to mind will generate an emotional energy to it. Whatever image. So whatever you choose in the process that we will walk you through in just a few short moments, whatever you choose to utilize as imagery, what's important is to become conscious and aware of how what you choose to hold in mind, what that stimulates as an emotional field in your body, which in turn affects the way the body will function. If you are looking at something that's very disturbing, that image that you're looking at, that view of stuff through the eyes, or even what you hold in your mind, will cause an emotional charge. Which is why we directed this one not to watch terrible and scary shows, so that there would not be any influence on his biology from those, no influence on his mind that would produce emotional feelings that would not support the nature of his consciousness in liberating itself from matter, time, and space. But you may choose what image suits you. But the goal first is to become aware that there are 4 processes: instructing the body to be still and quiet through the use of your breath. It is your deliberate and intentional use of your breath through the body, as we will show you, that gives you the experience and awareness that you can in fact direct the actions of body. And you do it all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. You do this all the time. You know, even when you smile or you walk or you talk or you drink or you eat or you sleep, you are directing the body to function. You are directing. So in the act of deliberately breathing and instructing the body to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive, you're literally aligning your body to who you are. You're now directing and controlling conditions of the body. And in so doing, you also begin to affect changes in the mind. But you will see from your experience. You may choose whatever image if you so choose to do that, or you may simply experience the assertion of your will in affecting the body to be still and quiet. Yes. Danielle Sufi saying, learning an instrument over months in nature by oneself is the atonement. That can be. It's, yes, they're saying Once you understand that you have absolute authority over thought, emotion, and how they influence the conditions of your body, you will become far more careful about what thoughts you will allow into your mind from this world, and you will begin to consider what kinds of thoughts you want to give birth to into your world. For you did not come here to be a servant of the world. You came here to offer your creation, your love, your light to this world. You came to be of service to the world, not a servant of the world. You came to be of service to the world, not a servant of the world. Wow. Okay, we're going to get into this meditative process. So again, I'll just reiterate really quickly. So get your body into a position that's going to be comfortable for 5 to 7 minutes. This is for you to experience what you experience as awareness, to be aware of what happens, what you cause as an effect in your body by following this simple, easy to repeat process. And then if you do it longer, you'll get a more pronounced result. The goal is to give you valuable experience in knowing that you can alter and affect changes in your body and in your mind as an act of free will or an act of your deliberate awareness. So take a long, slow, deep breath. If you need to, I suggest you drink a little bit of water before too. That really helps. And then make sure your body is not going to be disturbed for 5 to 7 minutes. And then take a long, slow, deep breath in through the nose and hold the breath for 3 seconds. And then release the breath. And as you release the breath, give the body permission to relax. Allow all the muscles to relax. And then breathe in again. Fill your lungs completely. And as you exhale, allow the body to relax. Give it your permission. All the muscles, all the nerves, all the organs, all the glands, as you teach your body to breathe, allow all the muscles to relax. And then breathe in again. Be very aware of how the body feels as you give the muscles in your face and neck and shoulders permission to relax as you exhale. Give them permission to relax. With each exhale, you give all the muscles in your body permission to relax. Allow the shoulders to relax. Allow the chest and stomach muscles to relax. Each breath, deliberately allowing your body to relax. If the body tries to become active, simply use your breath and exhale and give that part of the body permission to relax even more. You're utilizing the mechanism of your breathing to instruct your body to relax, to be still. And each breath, gently giving your body permission to relax, to turn loose, to be open and receptive to your awareness. And just take a few slow, deep breaths like that on your own. Each breath, giving your body permission to relax more and more. Giving your body permission to be open and receptive to your awareness. on each breath, giving the body permission to relax more fully and completely. Feel how the body feels as you give it permission to relax more. Give the muscles permission to relax. Give your nerves, organs, and glands permission to relax with each breath. And now turn your awareness to any thoughts, emotions, or considerations occurring in your mind. Just observe any thoughts, memories, or emotions that you're aware of in your mind. And then utilize your breath to breathe in hold your breath, and as you exhale, give the thoughts, the memories, the emotions, your permission to be still, to be quiet for just a little while. Each breath now giving your thoughts, memories, emotions, and future considerations permission to be still, quiet, and peaceful. Using each breath now to give thought, emotion, and memory your permission to be still for a little while. Deliberately, intentionally giving your thoughts, memories, and emotions permission to be still, quiet, open and receptive to your awareness. If emotions or thoughts try to reassert themselves, simply use your breath and breathe in. And as you exhale, gently give them permission again to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You're using the mechanism of your breath to direct the activity of your thoughts and emotions, so that each breath gives your thoughts and emotions permission to be still. And do 3 breaths like that, 3 slow, deep breaths, with each exhale allowing your emotions, your thoughts and your memories to become quieter, calmer, more peaceful with each breath, giving them permission now. So that even the sounds that your ears might hear no longer distract you, although you are aware they are there. Each breath allowing the body to be more open and receptive, to allow thought, memory, and emotion to be still. And become aware of the feelings and sensations you experience as thought, memory, and emotion become still and quiet as the body is relaxed. Just continue to use your breath to allow this sensation of stillness and open receptivity of your mind and body to you. Just feel how that is. Giving your mind permission to not think, to not have thoughts, to be still. You may hold an image of something that makes you feel stillness. Such as a crystal clear blue sky. But each breath now is your deliberate intention to allow your mind and body to be still, quiet, open and receptive to you, the awareness. Feel the gentle authority of your breath over your mind and body. As you breathe in, and you exhale, feel as you instruct your mind and body to be still. Feel how they feel, being given your permission to be still, to be quiet, to be relaxed, open, and receptive to your awareness. The more you assert your breath in this fashion, the deeper your mind and body will open itself up to you. It will open itself up to your awareness with no resistance. Each breath, you may release thought, memory, and emotion to restore the body and mind to that place where it can be open and receptive to your awareness, no longer subjective to the influences of the world. You establish yourself in a place of being at one without conflict in mind and body. The atonement, the at-one-ment, where your body and your mind and your emotions and your awareness are still quiet and peaceful. For some, this process, when applied consistently in a very short time, will not only give you a deeper sense of wholeness and freedom that occurs as a result that now your mind and body are your instruments to be utilized. You may choose in this place of stillness, you may choose very specific thoughts, very specific images to create an energy, an emotion that will affect itself as a manifestation in your world, in your body. The image of being on a very beautiful, beautiful place, in a chair, looking around, undisturbed, to bring your awareness to the attention of the most beautiful place you have ever thought of or known, to simply bring that image into your awareness, to give it your attention, to allow yourself to experience the vibration that your attention to that which you give it to generates. You may need to see a clear, smooth lake or gentle flowing waters, or the sensation of a very delicate breeze upon your face. Whatever you as awareness give attention to begins to stimulate an effect in how you experience your mind and your body. And when you become sensitive to how images and thoughts interact with the emotional field that in turn alters and changes the conditions in your body, you begin to discover your creative potential, that you are indeed and have always been free to give attention to thoughts, ideas, and information that liberate you and free you from suffering and restore you to your rightful place as a deliberate consciousness here to create and express creation as a manifestation of your consciousness. It is not important that you understand all the words that we say. What is important is you gain the experience from this process, that even in this state of being aware, that you can become very sensitive to thoughts that will strengthen you, uplift you, and empower you, thoughts that will diminish you and weaken you. You can become very sensitive to those energies that the world offers you. And you can then begin to choose what thought I will allow into my mind, what ideas will I give attention to that will affect my body. And then you can consider then generating my own thought. I can generate a vibrational awareness of what love is. I can generate a vibration of the feeling of freedom. I can generate an intentional image that causes very specific effects in the condition of my body. I can do this. You can understand that you can do this, but you must gain the experience. We offer you this simple process upon which you can build your freedom. At-one-ment means to be at one with all aspects of yourself without conflict. The atonement is when that actually occurs. For it is in separation that you find suffering, not in unity. It is in unity that you find freedom. That atonement must be deliberately experienced and understood, that you are the agent, you are the consciousness that is able to establish in your world what the world cannot establish for you. That you may choose an idea of any sort in this place of silence. When your mind and body are open and receptive to you, you may choose very specific and precise thoughts and images and cause into effect very precise conditions in your world. In fact, the conditions of your world are a very precise measure of all that you hold in your mind at this moment, and all that you release from your mind in this moment, and all that you will believe to be your future. You are the creator. We encourage you to really understand your experience of this process, not simply try to comprehend our explanation of it, but understand your experience of the process. And we encourage you to do this as often as you can, to simply teach your mind and body to be in a place of unity with you. The world, if the world were able to do such a thing, would have done it by now. For those of you that find yourself seeking to end your suffering from what is in the world, it would have happened if the world were capable of doing this. It is not the world that will end your suffering. It is what you are that will end your suffering. And the relationship that you have as awareness, able to direct mind to be still, which in turn directs emotion to be still, which in turn directs body to be still. You are the agent of your own atonement. The world cannot do this. And when you understand the wholeness that you are as a unified consciousness, you may offer that to others. You may offer this gift to others. Wow. Thank you so much. So grateful. Wow. As I promised, we got an amazing lineup coming this week, and I want to thank these beings, the Divine Collective, for being present with us today. Always so wise, always so understanding, so grounded. I love the simplicity of it. So I want to talk to you a bit about what's coming in the next week. And on Monday, January the January the 31st, 2022. Oh wait, that's the wrong page. Okay. Sorry guys, wrong page. Where are you hiding? Oh, here you are. Yeah, Monday, January the 31st, 2022. What you do not know, and that's with a being by the name of Ashton Elena, which is a higher fractal of myself. Ashton Elena. And he's going to be discussing what you do not know. Yeah. One of the things he said to me about that is what you do not know can transform your life more than what you already know. What you already know cannot transfer your life. And he's going to really get into that in detail on Monday. Then on Wednesday, February the 2nd, 2022, Anton Mesmer is going to come in and be discussing your psychic self and how to awaken it. Your psychic self and how to awaken it. I'm really excited about that because I've never had Anton Mesmer come to me in this fashion until he said he wanted to do this. Then on Friday, February the 4th, 2022, freedom is who you are. Freedom is who you are, the director of matter. And that's going to be with Harry Houdini. And this is going to be really fun, having Harry Houdini talk about this concept of who you are, the director of matter. And again, next Saturday, February the 6th, we are going to be doing a meditation on conscious ascension. Conscious ascension, which you have to have a level of atonement, at-one-ment in your own body-mind to be able to make this ascension in consciousness, is what I'm being told. It's hard to ascend to a higher state of being when you're trapped by emotions, memories, and vibrations that keep you in dense matter. Anyway, that'll be next week's meditation, conscious ascension. So I hope you'll join us for that. I got time for one more question and then be on our way for the day. There we go. I hope you guys will practice what they've given us to do today. It's so powerful and simple. When you realize that your body is an instrument that you get to use. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. Just checking questions here. Okay, there are none, and that's perfect. So for those of you that are in that state and you've got your body and your mind and your emotions in that state of quiet, open receptivity, remember you have to teach them that. You have to retrain your mind and body to be in a state of unity with you because the world has made it conflicted with you. Anyway, I want to wish you all much love. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell and give this video a thumbs up. Remember, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithms, puts this information to more and more and more people. And so thank you very much. If you want to support this channel, you go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. All the links for my website, my courses, the classes that we are offering are in the description box below. For former students of our mediumship programs, we have our Mediumship 104 program called Mediumship 104 Transcendence, and that will be beginning next Saturday at 11 a.m. for those of you that are registered. And there is still a few spots open, so get out and register for the course now at my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. And I want to say much love, everybody. Have yourself a great and beautiful Saturday.